Hey, everyone out there. Welcome to another Addicted Fishing podcast. I got Mr. Jason Harmson in the house from Steel Obsession Guide Service.
It's been a minute
Scale
since
Obsession, Steel Obsession.
Hey.
It's getting close to shad season again, you know?
God, I
It's
know.
right around the corner, man.
Don't bring that up.
Yummy. And we got Mr. Charles Stolley from Bunkum All Adventures, the only person in this room or studio who has actually killed a springer this year. Woo. Which is kind of disappointing because I've actually seen a couple caught now. Like, I feel like we're in it. When I drove by yesterday on the river that I was fishing, I'll just say his name because not very many people. I watched Bill Dooling put one in the boat while I was cruising by him going into the upper river in front of my buddy's house.
Were you jealous?
Yesterday morning. Oh, I was. I pulled over and I'm like, Bill.
Oh, yeah.
I go, you sneaky. Is like right at daylight. I'm like, you sneaky dog. He's like, Cam, I've been out here 12 times, but this is the second one I've got. I'm like, okay.
Just dangling.
Yep.
Yeah,
So he was landing it yesterday when I went by and I thought about it. And then I had to tell my clients, I'm like, look, guys, like, here's the deal. You hear how he said he's been out 12 times?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gotten 2, which, hey, that's one more than anybody else
I know, dude. My dad's even like, I'm chomping at the bit. Like, I literally went and got him.
There was like 4 boats doing it.
Yeah, I went and got him 13 packs of herring this morning. He's like, I just want to go now. I'm ready.
I feel like it is. And then some of the local hatchery traps and dam traps have already shown like spring chinook and the first 2, not the one, first 2
over the dam,
over Bonneville Dam. And then I'm just going to call it out because he posted it online and I can say that. Did you see that picture of Shane a couple days ago?
Yes. No, that was this morning. Wasn't it?
This morning?
It was
it was like yesterday. A day or 2 ago. He posted it later.
Oh, I thought that was this morning.
So even the day of, and then they reposted it again.
So Shane, I'm calling you out, but you posted it on public lake. But he popped he popped a beautiful blackface at the I-5 bridge on his new cup lug, which I thought was very interesting. I wonder if we're going to get one of those years, but we're going to talk about that in the podcast. That's why I brought Charles in here and Jason in here, because we're going to talk a little bit about like what we're looking at for the next 2 weeks, because really this season only goes from now till April 6th, and here we are. I think what day is it? March 20th.
Very small window anymore.
Yeah, very small window. But we got the weather forecast in front of us. We got the water tables. We got some interesting weather coming up, and I want to kind of figure out like what's going to be everyone's strategy going forth into the spring chinook season. However, I do believe if you guys are listening to this podcast before March 23rd, right, Marlon?
Yes.
Before March 23rd, be sure to check out our spring drop on addicted.fishing. Lots of goodies on there, you guys. Just one quick reminder. I don't think we've got any fillet knives on this one, but we've got. I saw the boxes and everything that they're putting together down there, so I think they're getting ready for some really cool stuff. So
we've got
check it out on March 23rd.
Yeah, it's pretty much all of our leftover Sportsman's Show stuff. We got more mystery boxes. It's going to be another killer drop.
Are those mystery boxes?
Yeah, the mystery boxes.
What's going in the mystery boxes? Because those things were the hottest item. There's 20 free trips from Gone Catching. I don't know who's running them because I sure as hell ain't.
20 free trips from Gone Catching.
I'm like, he must have. I don't know where he got them from, but yeah.
What I do hope is in there is flashers. Every time that we have a drop, I swear to you, every time that we have a drop, I buy the flashers. And every single one of them is a killer. I catch fish on them until I lose them, and then they're gone. I can't.
Well, you got to buy more than one, dude.
It's Thursday right now or Wednesday. I have not put the prizes in there, so I don't even know what they're going to be.
They're mysteries. It's a mystery.
It's literally a mystery box full of mystery.
At the time of this recording, it's a mystery. It might be on the website later on, but it.
That
looks cool.
That's yeah.
Yeah, but either way, we're going to be able to, you guys, March 23rd, check that out, and we'll figure it out a little bit later. We're getting really distracted in here.
Yeah,
Charles,
heavily distracted.
Yes, sir.
What's your first day on the Columbia? You've already killed one. Have you been going out? Have you made any other trips? What's going on?
I've made 2, and I've only had 2 more opportunities since I killed the one, which is
You've only had 3 opportunities more than I have this year.
Right. So, I mean, I'm doing better than a lot of people out there, but this is a given. You always get your mind going. You're like, yeah, I'm going to go out there and get him, which I did. Went right out there and got him. But, that's just giving you false hope. I mean, we really got those last 2 weeks, and that's your window, and it's usually the last few days that are the best, and it's gone.
It'd be different if we had good water conditions and good weather.
Right.
Like, I feel like those are two main components for a good early springer fishery. What we would consider early nowadays, right?
Yeah.
And water temperatures.
Especially when you don't have very many fish coming through, and then you compound that with some pretty terrible water conditions, and now you've made it very, very difficult.
Yeah. Even more difficult than catching a spring Chinook is.
I can tell you, like, with the advent of the live, and I don't know if we talked about this in the last podcast before, but I mean, when we were talking early March fishing, like, we used to think like, oh, they're just down there, but the water's cold, they don't bite. And then, oh, they're just down there, but you're not doing the right presentation, either anchoring up with plugs or try to draw them in with scent. And it's like, the bottom line when it comes to early March fishing is that they are just not down there. Because all those cool little marks that you guys have all looked at on 2D sonar and down imaging and all this stuff that oh, that might be a salmon. Oh, that is a salmon. Oh, that isn't a salmon. All that goes out the window with live. All of it. And there's days when we're down there trolling. Even last year, for instance, when we had the rain that never stopped in March. I think it rained every day but 2 in March last year. And we had springer fishing where it was, I would troll all day with that live and not see one. Like, not see one.
They have to be there.
Right. These springers just do not move unless you get the right freaking conditions. And generally, I believe those conditions are temperature. Back when we used to have those March conditions where we had days where you're out there trolling. I have pictures on my phone from like March 18th, March 20th in the Woodland, Vancouver area, fishing in my t-shirt, like, and catching them.
Like, you ain't getting that now.
No, well, the weather forecast is a little interesting for early next week. There's actually a couple 70+ degree days that they're teasing. And this is a weather forecast. So by the time you guys hear this, 3 weeks later when Clint puts it up, it's pretty much going to be irrelevant.
It'll be different. I mean, it'll be different tomorrow.
Yeah, he's not.
Let's be honest.
But there is some interesting weather coming up that I would say could spur it up. Because I think when you get that nice stable pressure, you get like actual spring, that warm week, man, I can just drive those fish right in. You get snow on April 15th, like we had a couple years ago. I remember that was like we were out there fishing for spring Chinook, and it was snowing on us because it was on like the second extension because they kept extending it because, well, it wasn't because they were extending it because the fishing was good. It was because the fishing was junk, and we didn't catch any of them, so they kept extending it. And it was snowing. So it all depends on the weather.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
How excited are you going to get if it starts snowing next week out there springer fishing?
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
No, maybe if you're under a top and sitting on some quickies somewhere.
Yeah.
I got a top. I'll make it work. But yeah, I think for me, like the key to all that is just with the lack of fish is putting myself in areas where I have the most opportunity.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for places where these fish and getting below places where these fish are going to be turning off of the Columbia and exiting and trying to really focus on those spots. That way, more fish, the more opportunity you got. And
yeah, but how does that work because Shane's at the I-5 bridge. He's only getting upriver fishing. He's got one.
Well, I think a lot of that might have to do with the water conditions that we have right now. So
clarity.
So not only now you have the big Columbia, but the water conditions down below that bridge are now shoving those fish over into some better, cleaner water. And so now you've consolidated the Columbia into a smaller little area. And so sometimes that can be in your benefit big time.
So you're right. Like at the end of the day, this spring Chinook fishery either is going to be, the lower Columbia where you're the first guy that's going to get them. It's going to be concentrated on the banks or the side of the river where another 50,000 spring Chinook are supposedly going to go, and that's the Willamette. And some of the tribs for that. There's some good numbers in the tribs. Not a bad place to be below them because you're right. Because those 50,000 fish, they're not going above Bonneville. They're not going to I-5.
They are notorious for being some of the earlier fish.
Yes, 100%. But then you end up in a situation though where the Willamette's really, really muddy.
Yes.
So then you got to find at least fishable water. So probably the order of operation there was probably like find fishable water first. Like understand that when the Cuatts and some of the tribs and the Willamette are pumping mud, especially for looking for these earlier fish, finding fishable water first and then start breaking down like, oh, okay, can I fish below this trib mouth or can I fish down in the lower Columbia to where I'm the first guy
getting a crack at them.
Those fish will stay out of there. Like I've caught fish that were tagged for the Cuatts up by the I-5 bridge when it's all blown out. Like they just move and they'll take off, and then I'm sure eventually they I don't know if they're straying, they probably make their way back down and make their way back up the Cuatts eventually. But when that whole bottom river is all blowed out,
they don't want to be in that.
They'll move. They'll just get out of there and they'll go way upriver.
They'll be in that first green spot. The thing is, what's crazy about that though, is these guys, the state has the way the state kind of monitors this run is they look at white-faced fish and black-faced fish. And you know how many white-faced fish get caught at Bonneville Dam every year? Which is like a Willamette, a Columbia, or a Kalama, a Cowlitz, a Lewis, like a lower river stock net pen fish. You know how many white-faced fish get caught above I-5 bridge every year?
I know.
Like freaking none. Like you could count them on one hand.
Wow.
Like they stick to their trips.
Those fish definitely stay true. Like you do not catch white-faced spring Chinook above Bonneville.
So
like
I
it doesn't
guess my
happen.
theory was correct that they are moving until they get into clear water and just hanging out.
Staging.
And so I think when you have these I-5 bridge situation setups where we have like the blown Willamette, the blown Cowlitz, there was a few years there where we ended up in this setup to where I-5 bridge was just a freaking killing field. Like we'll just call it Vancouver. The Vancouver, because depending on the tide and depending on how much mud and how much flow was coming out.
There's a bunch of different trolls in there.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that, but right, Charles.
Yeah.
But there's a few different trolls in there, right? That those fish will hold up. They won't move into the Willamette. Well, maybe they don't, but I think we kind of see that on the Oregon City Falls count. But yeah, so like finding that cleaner water. Well, we already talked about that. Thanks for listening. Marlon had to walk in here and ask if the Mega Live counts for during Springer season, but we've already talked about that because we understand that one thing about early Springer fishing, now that we have Mega Live versus sonar, is that sometimes they just don't exist. Like they're not there. Doesn't matter what you throw, doesn't matter what you do. They're not there, and then you see one on a live and you get a bite in 2 days of fishing.
But do you ever wish that you could just go back to believing that they were there?
Yeah, you know what? Believe it or not, my earliest Springer I've ever caught was February 6th. And that same year I got one on the 9th too. There was some early Valentine's Day fish and we had
there
the
was
right
quite
conditions.
a few caught this year.
Right. Some years you do get you gotta believe they're there to be crazy enough to go out and try it. But I can tell you, like, I'm just not, I don't know, Steelhead's too good to freaking go chase those unicorns. I spent a lot of hours of my life sitting on the beach, plunking or trolling. March
is just peak steelhead anymore. So it's like you can either go hope and pray for a Springer wherever you're Springer fishing, or you can probably go have a chance to have a pretty good steelhead day. So it's like,
unless they jack the water on you like they did me today.
Right. Well, yeah, that doesn't help.
No. Regardless though, that, finding that clean water, and then back to Marlon's point too, like the Mega Live, that just the last few years is just really just kind of proven it to me. Like, we have these really, like, I'll just take last year for instance. Last year, for instance, even on like March 28th, like the fishing upriver was just freaking garbage. Because those fish just weren't there. Like I was down trolling in some backwaters. I was down trolling by some bridges. Like we were down below, and even down below us, even further in the lower Columbia, like guys that were having good days were having a couple bites a day. Yeah,
and then it was compounded too with them just stuffing themselves with smelt.
Oh yeah, and we have a late smelt run too.
I know. I was hoping I want the fish to show up, but at this point when they weren't showing up, I was like, just stay away. Like, if you're not going to come, don't come now. And then here they come.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I mean, it is. I mean, this is what's so crazy too is like also how much the fishery has evolved, because I remember like 10 years ago in my Super V days, like I would start booking trips. Like I would be taking 4-man trips out on St. Patrick's Day, and we would go to Warrior Rock and we would go to, Lyons, the Vancouver area, all the way down to Dibley, whatever. It didn't matter. Like, you just pick your area, whatever. But we would go and have productive fishing, bachelor, all of it. Like on March 15th, March 6th, St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. It was nothing to go out, and you wouldn't, it's Springer fishing, but like you would have multiple bites a day. Some days 2, some days 7, whatever. Like you'd get, and then there would also be 80 boats at Warrior Rock trolling that. Like second, third week of March.
Yeah, it used to be a big thing right there, really.
Dude, it used to, and now it's just a freaking desert.
Yep.
Like you go by, I've been driving by the Kalama Marina and stuff like that, and there's
2 boats,
trailers. Yeah, I mean they're there. I mean guys are getting, and there are, and what's crazy is that there are some fish getting caught. They're getting turned into the sporting goods stores. They've been getting turned into Fisherman's and Anglers Unlimited. And,
I think over the years, people, they figured that out too, where they're like, well, I could go out there, maybe get one, or I'll just wait a little bit and then go out for those last 2 weeks. And then it becomes jam-packed boat launches overnight.
Didn't it seem like every year, like in somewhere like around February or maybe early March, we just get that week of just like beautiful. I think we call it first spring. And then like we haven't had that the last few years. And I think that when you get that, 7, 8, 10 days of like high pressure, warming temperatures, a warming trend over across the whole region, and it kind of turns out, I think that's what always spurred
it, kickstarts
those. Right, that Columbia fishery, and now, obviously it clears the water out. If the waters were high, it's gonna, you got a dropping effect, and fish would just move. Mm-hmm. We haven't had that. I mean, it's all because of global warming. Like it has not. We just have this warming trend in the north. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, wait, back that up. Climate change.
Yeah, there you go. Keep changing the name till it fits.
We're not gonna get political here. But y'all know what I'm saying out there. Yeah, so either way, next week, guys, I'm going to pull up the weather right here.
Dude, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, 70 degrees.
Yeah, so right now, from this filming this podcast, we're just going to take everything from like the drop. We got a little bit of rain, and I got a 71 on Monday and a 77 on Tuesday. And then back to a 71 on Wednesday, the warmest temperature of the year. But then on Thursday, Friday, right back to 55, 56 and rain.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But I do think like that little warming trend
is going to be enough.
Definitely.
It's going to make it happen.
Especially on like the smaller tribs.
Yeah.
Like the actual, like, the small tribs. Yeah. And just the tributaries in general. That's what really, in my eyes, in the last handful of years, that's really been
what brings a few of them in.
Yeah, exactly.
But we do have a lot of, I'm looking at this, like, kind of the trending stuff. Yeah, see, like, we might get a little taste of it. It might clear for a few days, and it might go right back into that just garbage pattern. It's just, it's frustrating. As long as they're back on the Columbia, as long as we're on the Columbia by the 28th. When do you start your trips, actually, Charles? That's right. Clint's an illegal guide. We got to keep that going, by the way.
Yeah, right.
You guys watched the live feed that Clint did. Totally. It was great. Clint's guide service. Everybody.
No, my first trip is going to be the 27th.
That's a solid date.
Yep.
That's a solid date. I feel like that's not going to be taking people's money this year, because, man, I could tell you, like, I see, we've seen it for a lot of years, and I made mistakes too. Going out March 16th. Oh, we're going to go Springer fishing. Who wants to go? It's like, goodness gracious. Yeah, there might be 2 caught, and you see those 2 on Facebook. You just don't see the other 48 boats that didn't catch crap.
Yeah.
No, and I've tried to talk everybody out that wanted to go early and just tried to push them out and get to those later dates and try maybe even wait another month till some of the other fisheries pick up, which are much more consistent and a lot more fun, in my opinion.
Oh, there's no question why, like, certain tributaries and certain areas close in the end of April and May. That's when the fish are there.
Totally.
And springers bite. And so whenever you have a Springer fishery with, a lot of fish in it, we can just house them. I mean, we can do some big damage, which is why, like I said, that end of April, like, they'll never let us fish the lower Columbia in the end of April again.
I kind of get it too, though, because the amount of participation that we get during those times, if we hit that bulk of those fish coming up with that many people out there, we would.
Especially because then you got nice weather and everything.
We should just leave it closed all of March, and this way we can have all of April open.
No, we could do it in
It
3-4
is the
days.
dumbest thing I've ever heard. And if you're one of those guys that thinks that way, you have no idea how salmon's managed. Let's talk about it real quick. Because basically this whole spring Chinook fishery, guys, as we're talking about going on these later dates, the catch for the Columbia from like March 1st to March 15th is like less than 10 fish a day. Like that's just how they model it. And then as it kind of goes up, as you get towards the end of March, it kind of gets into that maybe 100 fish a day kind of range. But then, like, depending on the weather and depending on conditions, the last 3 or 4 days of the season, it's like 1,000 fish a day. Like, it just ramps up to,
Because when they're there, they bite.
right.
Yeah, they're biters.
And so the whole fishery is literally structured on where that ball of fish is going to come in and because keep in mind, we're only like this year, I think we're only allowed to kill like 2,800 fish. So you have 1,000 fish days. Like how many are you going to get? I was shocked that we got April 6th. I thought we'd get the 4th. I thought for sure, well, we'll get the 4th, which is the first Friday of the month. Like I kind of thought if I were you and I had dates planned on the 5th and 6th of April, I'd be like sweating a little bit because I do feel like, man, when we start, if all of a sudden we get some nice, we get that nice weather next week and then we get another little push of weather and then all of a sudden like that ball of fish shows up on April 1st to the fleet and we're catching 1,000 a day, it won't be open till the 6th. That was like how it was besides like taking out like the last 2 or 3 years. That's what we dealt with all the time. They would set these seasons to like April 10th, April 12th, and it would close on April 3rd or 5th or 7th. It would close a week early. And everyone would just be apoplectic because, I get what it's like, well, dude, we killed
we killed our quota.
I mean, come on. We went out there and we made 4 passes and killed 6 fish. And like freaking by 8:30, it's like, yeah, they're here. Like we can't sit there and just do that. And we'd be out of the management, guidelines. And then,
and the repercussions of that during the spring are big.
Right.
Like,
so then they chickened out on us for a few years. But then the few years that they're chickening out, they're making those dates here before, and then now they're like, oh well, we can extend it because you guys haven't caught them because we set the date a little too soon. So I feel like this year they're like playing it in the middle. I don't know, but I mean it is the weather. Like it's the weather and it's forecasting a fish run and everything like that. So, anyways, for what it's worth though, I'll be out there. You'll be out there.
I will.
Out there. You see me out there?
I will not.
I'll be out there trolling right in front of Charles to make sure I get him before he does.
No, seeing those 2 fish go over the dam made me feel like a failure. Why? Like you're supposed to be stopping those things.
Go, Shane had
We're
to
supposed
clean
to be stopping them.
Hey, Shane had to clean one of those fish.
I know.
It would have been 3, bro.
Thanks for not letting them up.
It would have been 3. You would have looked really bad, Charles.
I don't want that fish counter to work any harder than they have to.
Oh my God! Listen to this guy. Well, if they're here, fish, you better beware.
Beware.
And then let's also not forget too. We've also who knows what's going to happen with that whole like Lower Cuaght situation with there's 25,000 seals, and right now they're feeding on smelt. So I think that's probably a good thing, and that's probably why we're seeing some fish. But when those smelt go away, we're going to be in for it.
There's going to be a lot
I had
of
one
wounded
eat
fish.
my herring. I seen the way it came behind the boat, and my buddy was like, "Oh, get out of here!" And I seen the way that it was looking at us, and it was just like when you're fighting a fish.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Do not take one of my herring." And he goes, "Does that really happen?" Rod just folds over and starts taking off. I'm like, "Yep."
There he is. He's right there. Leave a 4-aught in his face and see you later, you jerk.
We fought him for a bit. Got a couple jumps out of him.
Was it a harbor or Californian?
It was Californian.
Oh,
dang!
Yeah, just another. I can't say it, but just another jerk from California.
Yeah, we let
That's
it.
all I'm going to
Let it
say.
happen. We fought it for a little while.
If you're from California, I'm just kidding. We love you. All right. Okay, guys. We're out of here. Be sure to check out Bonka Mall Adventures, you guys. Charles is going to be out there running those trips on the Columbia River. And then Jason with Steel Obsession. He has to go for the lesser salmon for a month. He's got to change his name to like Chrome Obsession or something like that.
I have a plan, dude. Just wait.
He has a plan. He has a plan.
Got
but
a
right
plan.
now, look up Steel Obsession, even though it makes no sense that he's going to chase salmon. But
yeah,
it's almost like, what if you're like a walleye guide and you name yourself like Walleye Adventures and you go like try to like catch a sturgeon? This doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Sorry, guys. I'm just
The math ain't mathin'.
The math ain't
Ain't
mathin'.
mathin'. But you know Jason's gonna be chasing them all up and down the tributaries. So and that is always gonna be, from now till freaking mid-June.
And those are fun trips.
I think I'll literally be, as long as we still have water, I'll be going well into mid-June. I mean, last year I think I caught my last springer on June 24th.
Yeah, it's funny because everyone talks about buoy 10 in the fall. It was like buoy 10's not really the whole fall season. It's like the opening salvo. You know what I mean? It's like it's the first shot.
It's what kickstarts it.
It's the first shot, but then you have 60 to 90 days of fall fishing right after that. It's the same exact thing. We talk about this Columbia like it's the only thing. It is 10% of the fishing that we're going to do between now and the middle of June, whether it's tributaries, Willamette, Channel above Bonneville, whatever it may be. Like it is the opening shot. So that's what we're all excited for. That's what we're talking about. That's why we go out there and suffer, unlike Charles, who actually goes out there and kills them. Minus the 2 fish over Bonneville. But you guys get the idea.
Remind me.
We'll check in with you guys next week. Thanks for coming in, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers.